Hey, everybody, it's your girl, April Marie, and welcome to Handle Her with Care podcast. I'm your host, and I'm so excited to be here today. Before I get started, let me just do some house cleaning and let you know that where I record my podcast is such a safe space. It's such a beautiful place. 661 Creator Space is where I come to speak to you and to broadcast my vision and my dream, bring it to life. And I'm just so excited to be here. And so if you're interested in doing something similar to what I'm doing, then you can hit them up, 661 Creator Space, and you can follow them on Instagram. The link will be in this video. I also want to say thank you to my show sponsor, www.myhairhoney.com. If you don't know about it, you should know about it because the hair growth oil is phenomenal. I do make it myself. I bottle it, I package it, and I ship it right to your doorstep. So please hit the link, www.myhairhoney.com, and you can grab your oil, your brush, your shampoo, conditioner, whatever you decide. But yes, I love it, and you should too. So now that that's all out the way, I am so excited to welcome my guest today, Miss Kendra Mays.
Oh, wow. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so happy to have you. I've been
Wow,
following
thank
your
you.
journey online, and I'm introducing to some and then just reintroducing to others. I'm going to read her brief, what I came up with, and then I want you to fill in the blanks for me. But she's a woman of purpose, power, and passion. She's a powerhouse in her life and in the design world. She has her business as a general contractor and her brand of home fashions and decor. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes, and then you also have your interior design lab and space that you work
Yes.
from. She's a mentor, a powerful woman, and I'm just excited to have you in the house with me.
Gosh.
And
Can I put you in my pocket
Yeah.
and take you with me everywhere?
Yes.
You're good for my confidence.
Absolutely. Girl, that's what we do. We handle each other with care and with grace and
Yes.
with love. Yes. So I'm just thankful to be able to give that to you because you give it to
Thank
all of
you.
us.
Wow.
Seriously,
Thank you so much.
inspirational.
Thank you for allowing me to be here and
Yes.
speak with
Yes.
another dynamic powerhouse woman that I
Thank
just
you.
adore.
Thank you so much. And I know we've worked in the community circumventing around each other, but never quite connected.
Yeah.
The way that I would have loved. And so now it's like,
Yes.
this is perfect timing. This is this is where it's at, you know?
But always admired each other and supported each other from
Yes,
afar.
absolutely.
I've always, I told you I could feel your spirit radiate, through social media and just your
Thank
whole
you.
essence. And I've always loved it. I've always applauded you
Thank
from
you so
afar and have
much.
always been so impressed with your talent, with your gifts,
Thank
and the
you.
way that you support other women.
Thank you.
You created such a platform for other women to grow wealth and to generate the life that they wanted to see.
Yes.
And blessings to you for that.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Really. I was not expecting that. I'm all, don't cry. But no, seriously, it's interesting to still be authentic in a world that is so pretentious.
Yes.
And then to find people that are your people with the same energy.
Yes, I completely agree.
Difficult, but
Yes.
rewarding.
Yes.
So
And worth the wait.
Worth the wait.
Because sometimes it takes a long time for you to carve out those people that are authentic in your life. And some are authentic, but then they're only there for
a season.
And that's okay. I thank God for every connection that I've made that was authentic in every aspect of my life, in every level. There's been some type of authentic person, and sometimes it was with just one person. But, that was all I needed at that time.
To get you through those moments.
Absolutely.
I love that. Okay. Handle her with care. Tidbit. Yes. It's so true because I think when I look back on the times in my life, even when I felt alone, there was always at least one person that I felt comfortable and confident.
And I like how you say felt alone, because our feelings can be tricky, depending on the space that we're in, We can feel alone, but not be alone. That's a battlefield of the mind.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, wait a minute. Girl, we about to go deep diving.
We're going to try not to.
You know what? I'm here for it. I think that's the space. We have to be able to be real. And that is true. Feeling alone, being alone, two different things.
Yes.
But definitely, owning the fact that whatever I'm doing is of purpose.
Yes.
Whatever I see or I'm bringing to life is purposeful.
Yeah.
And so if I'm doing it alone, it is what it is because it's reaching somebody. It's giving somebody something.
Absolutely.
So I'm thankful to be in this space, and I'm happy that you came.
Thank you.
I've been admiring you. Just grow. Like your business is just doing so amazing. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I just remember the first time it was your amazing events.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us your journey, first of all.
Yeah. A lot of people think I am an overnight succession, and I'm not. It's 31 years,
wow.
Of pounding the pavement and being diligent and having self-discipline and making sacrifices and, failing and getting back up and failing again and getting back up. So I'm definitely not an overnight cessation, but there is a proverb that says all hard work is rewarded.
Yes.
And I've read that, and that's one of the verses that stick to me the most. I've never been afraid of hard work. And there were times that I got discouraged, but I just never wanted to quit.
Right.
I'm 50 years old now, and I started this business when I was 19.
Wow.
I didn't have any clue what I was
50
doing.
where?
I'm
oh my
50.
Do y'all see her?
I'm in that 50 club.
I heard that. Go
but
ahead.
yeah, I started at 19, and I thought, I'm just going to go out and change the world. I knew I had a God-given gift. I just did not know how to make it a company, make it a brand. I mean, I grew up in poverty, extreme poverty. By the time I was a teenager, I was homeless, so I know what it's completely like to use a cardboard box as a blanket and a pair of shoes as a pillow, so I was that person. So I didn't understand wealth. I didn't understand credit. I didn't understand how to make a company out of a gift that I had. So I stumbled a lot along the way. And people think, oh, gosh, this girl just came out of nowhere. And it's just like, no, I probably say maybe the last 15, 20 years have been this exponential growth. But the first half, it was a lot of failures and a lot of dust myself up, get back up, try again, and on and on. I mean, there were times I was working a full-time job, doing the business full-time, and still wasn't making enough because everything I made was going into the business. And there was just that wheel in the middle of a wheel that just would not let me stop. I would write down these great dreams and write down these great visions and make it plain. There's nothing I've never accomplished anything without writing it down. Never. I mean, I don't know how not to. I write it down, pray on it, meditate on it, create a plan. Sometimes I have to rework the plan, create a goal, create a timeline. And I'm very self-disciplined.
Yes.
I feel like self-discipline is the highest form of self-love. Like you have to love yourself enough to say, I'm going to discipline myself in this area. Girl. For the greater good later. And you really have to have enough self-love to do that because self-discipline is not easy. Anyone can be motivated.
Right.
Not everyone can be disciplined.
Kendra, bereaved girl, wait a minute. Oh my God, honey. Those words are like marrow to my body.
Yes. And I mean, it takes that. I taught that to my children. It doesn't take much to jumpstart a person.
Right.
But once they are jump-started, you have to have an extreme amount of discipline for yourself, to go the distance. There were plenty of times I had no friends because I didn't go to the ball games. I didn't go to the movies. I didn't go to the dances. I was so busy working on this dream. And I did a whole lot of stuff that most of my, my peers did not do. At that. They wanted to have the fun, and that's okay.
Yes.
It was not enough room in my life for both. And I had such a tunnel vision for this company, that I never knew that I could, be the owner and founder of a multi-million-dollar
Multi-million.
corporation. But
Oh,
I
say it,
thought,
girl.
what if?
What if?
You
Yes.
know, I've always been too afraid to not try. I've never
Right.
been afraid to fail.
Right.
Never.
Right.
And if you're afraid to fail, you shouldn't start a
You
business.
should not.
I've never been afraid to fail. I've been more afraid of, well, what if I don't fail
Yes.
and I didn't try? I'm
Right.
always more afraid of not trying
Yes.
than trying, because you fail doesn't make you a failure.
It does
You know,
not.
you just learn.
You learn and then you get back up.
You get back up and you start over again. That's I don't think most people who became self-made, you know,
Right.
or God-made,
God made.
you
Yeah, for
know,
sure.
millionaires, it definitely did not come without a ton of failures.
I know. A ton.
Yes,
A
you're
ton
gonna
of
fall.
late
You just got to
nights.
get back up, and you
Mhm.
can't have ego. You can't be ego driven in this,
No.
because it'll humble you fast.
Yes. You will learn quickly.
You'll learn quick.
Humble fast, ego out the door. What even is an ego when you're an entrepreneur? It's like I'm throwing stuff at this wall and I'm praying that it sticks, and I'm going to continue to throw these things. So my circle is
Yes.
small. My activities are limited because I'm honed in on something specific.
Yes.
And I have to trust God. It's a faith walk every
Yeah.
day.
You know, and I think that's part of our
Yes.
purpose.
Yes.
A lot of people struggle with, well, what am I here for? It usually has something to do with that passion that's stirred up
Yes.
inside of you, which is
Yes.
why you're here. And I knew my purpose was greater than me. It had to be.
Yes.
Else, why did I go through all of this? You
All
know,
of it.
why was all of the trials and tribulation from childhood, you know, from birth, really,
Right.
with me? It had to be something
I know
greater,
that's
because my
right.
story is so unique, and
Yeah.
it could have been tragic.
Right.
You know, God in me chose to take it to the left as opposed to making it just a
Absolutely.
tragic story.
Right.
So, I mean, I just buried my mom August of last year, and
I'm
that was
sorry.
difficult for me because I didn't have a mother-daughter relationship with her, because she really didn't raise me.
Okay.
My mother's mother raised me.
Okay.
And my mom, I spent a lot of time, like the last months of my mom's life, I was there every single day.
Right.
Like, I did not let her want for anything.
Right.
But I mourned her death, because I thought, wow, she never lived a filling life.
Right.
And so I mourned what I thought her life should have been. And I never
Okay.
forget, when I was in the hospital with her, she looked up at me
Yeah.
and she said, you know, I haven't really done much with my life.
Mm.
But what she said afterwards changed my life completely. She said, but I did give birth to you.
Mm.
So I suppose that was enough. That
Okay.
changed me. And I thought then, okay, so I get
Yes.
it. I get it, God.
Yes.
Her life wasn't meant to do all these great things, but she gave birth to the greatness.
That's right.
And I'm going to be her legacy.
Oh my God.
I'm going to make sure that people don't remember her as just some teenage drug addict.
No.
And, you know, her legacy will live
Through you.
big through me.
Absolutely.
That day changed my life, and I've never been the same
Never.
since then.
The point when you said that you mourned her, the life
that I felt she should have had.
She should have
I
had.
did. I did.
What does that look like?
Because she was never married.
Okay.
From the time I was born, all she was just addicted to drugs. And my whole entire life, she had a lifelong drug battle. So she was never married. I never watched a man take care of her. I never watched her be in love. She never had a job. None of the things that I felt like she should have had for her life. So when I'm watching her on her deathbed, I thought, wow, my mom didn't even have a life, and now she's about to be gone, you know, any day now. Right. So I mourned what I thought her life should have been.
Right.
Instead of understanding that she fulfilled her purpose.
Yes, she did.
Her purpose was to give birth to me.
Here.
It was to give birth to me.
Oh,
and,
my God.
And I got it instantly. And I instantly changed and said, I'm going to live even greater now.
My God.
I'm going to do even more now.
Yes.
I'm going to be even greater now, because I'm not going to let that revelation that I just discovered, I'm not going to let that fall by the wayside.
No.
I'm going to be even greater. So it's yes, that was a big epiphany for me. And that was just August of last year.
Wow.
Last year was a tough year for me because when I found out my mom had cancer February
Okay.
and they told me that she would have about 18 months to 2 years
Right.
to live.
Wow.
And she went 6 months later.
Okay.
She went fast.
Right. Right.
But I stopped everything. I stopped production. I wasn't present in my projects. I let my staff handle everything. And I really spent that time to really get to know her in a way that I hadn't got to
Yes,
know her.
intimately.
Intimately, yes.
Right.
I mean, we laughed, we talked. If she said she wanted a cookie, I would go to Subway and buy the whole
Every last
stand.
one
I was
of
like,
them.
give me every one of them. Bake some more later. And I just wanted to make sure she was very comfortable.
Yes.
And that gave me a lot of pleasure to do because it felt good to let go of that anger.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time running to be successful, not out of self-love.
Right.
I was doing it trying to escape that girl on the inside of me that said I was never going to be anything,
Right.
or that I was going to be just like my mother, or that I was going to turn out like that. I was outrunning that voice.
Right.
I was never doing any of it because I felt like I deserved it. I was never doing any of it because I thought I was worthy of it. I thought the exact opposite, actually. And so I was trying to outrun that voice.
Yes.
And when I spent those months with my mom, they were the best months of my life because I really, really let go of a lot of anger, a lot of pain, a lot of low self-esteem. On the outside, I felt very poised. I felt like I had all the right answers. I was very articulate. And no one knew that I struggled with all of that on the inside. It was a very unhealed little girl on the inside of me that I never talked about. I tucked her away.
Right.
And I just kept running. Now I do it for purpose. Now I do it for love. Now I do it because I really understand that God wanted to fulfill this in me to talk to someone else.
Right.
Your purpose is always greater than just you.
Always.
Yes. And so now I get that.
It's always bigger than you. But for you to get it in that way, and then for you to be so clear and be able to articulate it to us that way.
It was very clear to me. It came very clear in that moment.
Yes.
And it's 2 times that God spoke to me very clearly regarding my mother.
Okay.
The first one was when I actually met her for the first time, because it was a very tragic way that I met her. I had a younger brother. He was shot and killed. My mom was in prison. Now, up until that time, neither my brother or myself, we couldn't have even been able to pick her out of a lineup.
Wow.
I didn't even remember her from childhood. And she called me from prison and said, "I'm your mother." Those was the most haunting words I could have ever, because my brother's death made national news. And so she knew it was her child. And so she called me from prison. She told me she was my mother. She said that they were going to let her be released for a day to come to his funeral. And I was very angry. That was the first time I had a lot of bitterness inside of me. And I remember that's why I say God sends you who you need. At those times, it was a mother of the church. It was an older lady, mother of the church.
Okay.
And I told her, I was sitting the night before my brother's funeral, and I said, I cannot believe she's going to have the nerve to come to my brother's funeral and grieve. It's like she didn't know his favorite color. She didn't know his favorite food. I raised him. She doesn't know anything about him. And she's going to come to this funeral and she's going to have the nerve to grieve.
Right.
And the old mother was so patient, and she let me get it all out. And she said, with the most compassion that I'd ever seen, she said, "Sweetheart, the person who does not have to go and grieve is you." She said, "You've gone above and beyond. You've done everything a sister could have ever done for a little brother." She said, "But that woman has to walk down that aisle, and she has to stare her dead child in the face that she's never done anything for in life." She says, "You'll never know that kind of grief."
Oh, wow.
And that, when she said it, that hit my spirit immediately. And the bitterness and hatred I felt that I had for her, it turned to
compassion. I'm asking.
It turned to understanding.
Okay.
I understood her because at that time I had children. And I thought, wow, how would I feel if I turned my back on these little ones right now? And the next time I saw them, I would be looking down at their casket.
Right.
So I understood the grief that she must have been
Stricken
facing.
with.
It was
Yeah.
a very different type of grief.
Right.
Mine was, it's a heart connection, and I'm going to grieve his death. Hers was filled with so much guilt,
Right.
which is a very because you can't make that up.
No.
You can't make up that time. And so that was the second time. So this when she passed away last year, it was the second time that God really spoke to me clearly, about my mother,
Yeah.
And I thought, when Barack Obama's mother, and I'm not comparing myself to Barack Obama in any kind of way, but when his mother passed away, that's what the headline said. Mother of Barack Obama passed away.
Yeah.
Didn't even physically put her name, but it's like that was her purpose.
Right.
She would have just passed away as another school teacher, in the obituaries, but she gave birth to greatness. She gave birth to the first African American president. So that's how she was remembered. Barack Obama made that legacy great.
Yes.
And I got it. I really got it when it says my mom. Okay, I get it.
I get that too.
She meant to, her purpose was to give birth to me, and I'm not going to let that fall by the wayside.
No. And I think that's why God entrusted all of these things in your hands. And I think that you had to go through the things that you had to go through.
I agree.
In order to be able to see it this clear now.
Yes. Yes, I agree. I never spent time feeling sorry for myself.
Right.
That was never me. I think the way I dealt with it was suppressing it.
Yeah.
So I was never the kid that, oh, my mom, my dad abandoned. I didn't have time to be a victim.
Right.
But I also didn't have time to properly heal because I was always in strategy mode. I was always in, okay, we're out here on these streets. How am I going to make it for myself and this kid?
Right.
What am I going to do? How
many kids do you have?
Well, I have 6 children, but when I say my kid, I meant my brother.
Your brother.
Yes,
okay,
because we were kind of out there together.
Right.
Together. I have 6 children, adult children. I really have 9 children if you count the ones that I birthed and then the ones that I adopted.
Okay.
So I don't really like saying I have 6. I really have 9.
You have 9.
So I love you guys.
Yes.
Y'all know.
We love y'all.
7 boys and 2 girls.
Okay.
They range in age from 23 up to 33. And they're all wonderful. And I've been very open and candid with them about my past. Well, they know my mom, and they knew their grandma, but it was very, I needed them to understand the strength that they come from,
Good stock.
Yes, I'm a woman, but I am a strong woman.
Yes,
I'm powerful. I'm creative. I'm imaginative.
Yes.
I'm all those things and still feminine.
Right.
And that is a superpower.
It is a superpower for
me.
real.
I'm in a male-dominated industry.
I know that's right.
And I've never had to be masculine.
Right.
I use my femininity that God gave me.
Yes.
And I use my authority as an expert in my field.
I love that.
And I exercise them both simultaneously.
At the same time.
Yeah, I've never had to be masculine.
Right.
I'm authoritative. I am feminine, but I'm powerful.
Powerful.
Yeah, and it reads that way.
Yeah, it does. It does. It comes across very soft, but firm.
Yes.
And I think that is beautiful. I was going to ask you that too. How does it feel being a woman in a male-dominated space?
It's not easy.
Right.
But it's not hard either because this is what I was meant to be doing. I think I'm meant to be a trailblazer.
Yeah.
There's several women that want to get into this industry, but they don't know how because they feel like they have to be masculine.
Yeah.
They feel like they have to be an overachiever.
Right.
When really they just have to settle in, be confident, be educated. I didn't just get into this field by accident. Right. I know exactly what I'm doing. I went and got all the licenses and credentials with the California State License Board as my male counterparts. I never forget when I went to take my exam in Bakersfield.
Bakersfield.
There was a gentleman who told me, well, it's nice of you to come take the exam for your husband. Yeah. and
Wait.
I just smiled, and he failed the exam.
Okay.
He failed the exam. I passed it
Of
within,
course
they
you
give you
did.
3 hours to take it, and I passed it in like 45 minutes,
Stop it.
and was done. But you get that, you get that. But typically I realize the men that I get that energy from are very insecure.
Insecure.
Yeah, and it's not, it's just what it is.
It is.
They're just insecure.
Mm-hmm.
I have carefully curated
Yes.
a team of men and women under me that respect my authority. They respect my leadership. I'm not a
Yes.
boss, I am a leader.
Right.
But let's be realistic. Not every man is going to be able to work up under a
Under
woman,
a
especially
woman.
in this type of industry.
Right.
And that's okay. That just means that you're just not for me.
Right.
So I work amongst strong men
Right.
that are very secure
Within
in who.
themselves.
Oh yes,
Have to.
you and I would even have to be, married to someone that is like that,
Yes.
because I am a force.
Yes.
And it's very easy for just my essence to overshadow a man that
Absolutely.
has very little self-esteem.
Confidence and esteem.
Yes,
Yes.
it wouldn't work for me.
I've just recently started dating
Ooh,
back
good luck.
again. I know. Well, I do. I have a boyfriend,
Wonderful.
a man friend. And I say that carefully because it has been the same energy.
Yes.
But what I know exactly what you said. And I said it actually on one of the first recordings that I did here. I said, I want a man who can handle all of what I bring.
Yes.
Not because I want to be the tablecloth, whatever they be talking about on all these other podcasts. I'm not
Yes.
trying to be all that. I just need to be able to have the freedom to be my whole entire self.
Yes.
So that means that if I'm talking to you about something and I'm direct about something and my face doesn't do this, okay, can you handle it? You're going to be okay. Everything okay? You're okay. I know I said that a little firm. I don't want to do that. It is what it is. I said what I said. I am not trying to hurt you.
Right.
I just need it done the way I'm saying it.
Yes.
Whatever it is, right?
Yes.
And I remember my sister saying, yes, but sometimes, you have to. And I said, no, he has to be confident enough to hear me, know my heart and my intention, and then respond that way.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to put on for that.
Handle you with care.
And handle me with care.
Yes.
I don't want to have to put on for that.
Yes.
I want to just be able to show up as my authentic self.
My grandmother used to say, all anyone ever needs is the right kind of love.
That's right.
Yeah, you just have to have the right kind, and you will know, that kind.
Yeah.
And I also heard another young lady say that it's a difference in being loved and being chosen.
Whew.
And that really hit home for me, because I feel like I've been loved quite a few times.
Yes.
But chosen,
right.
That's a very specific kind of love. You don't really have to jump through 900 hoops to try to train someone on how to love you, because if they choose you, that love is going to come right, And I love love.
Me too.
I love Black love. I love love. I love celebrating love. I was in the event industry, and my favorite was weddings.
Okay.
I love to celebrate love. For me, it's just so tricky, because of the pedigree that I've groomed myself to be. Yes. The pedigree that I've groomed myself to be, it would take a very, very, very specific individual to just and that's tricky, and I haven't given up on it or anything like that, but
that's not your pure focus right now.
Not even close.
But here's the other side of it. You said that you carefully curated a team.
Yes.
And so if anyone who's ever curated a team or tried to, right? I did attempt. It's hard as heck.
Yeah. The people aspect of any business is always going to be the most challenging.
Yes. So the fact that you were able to do that, and do it well, because you are doing so much. I've been just peeking my eye in on her social media, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'll just put all these hearts, like, you're just killing it. So to be able to have a team that works.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
me and Tavier were just talking about that before you came. It
Yes.
is. Uh, so how do you do it? How did you curate your team?
Yes. Oh, wow. So, a lot of years, a
Yes.
lot of patience, a
Okay.
lot of grooming,
Yeah.
a lot of my team, they wasn't even the men that they were.
Okay.
I just saw something
Is your
in
team
them.
mostly men?
My team is mostly men.
Okay.
Especially my field crew,
Okay.
and my office staff is half and half.
Okay.
Women,
Wait.
women, men.
What's the name of your business?
Kendra Mays Designs
Okay.
and Kendra Custom Homes.
And Kendra. Okay. Kendra Custom Homes. Okay.
Yes.
So when we're talking about her team, we are saying
Yes.
that this is your. So you design the home.
Yes.
Okay. Blueprints and all that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm taking our guests through because I know you and what you do, but I want to make sure that they are aware
Okay.
of what we're talking about. So you take them from the blueprint. Do you design the blueprints too?
We do. So we're full design build. So we start off with kind of a conversation. We let those creative juices flow,
Yes.
and we get to design. And I have a full architectural, structural engineers, other general contractors,
Yes.
project managers, the whole shebang. So
Okay.
we'll take your home from concept to you getting a certificate of occupancy with keys in your hand.
In your
Yes.
hand.
Yes. So
And
we do
this
the whole thing.
and this is like because from what I've seen online for sure, it's from the sidewalk to the back gate.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's almost like a
Yeah.
walk-in
Yeah.
turnkey,
Yeah,
almost like
it's
you walking into a
turnkey.
model home, but
Yes,
it's
we
nice
design, we
stuff.
build,
Yeah.
we put your blueprints together, your structural plans, your mechanical,
Mm.
electrical, plumbing. We get it through to your jurisdiction. We get your permits, and then we build from you from ground up, complete custom home. But I want to say something because I get this a lot. People say, "Well, we just can't afford her." But that's my sweet spot right there. Are
Mm.
those that think that they can't afford me because I specialize, I really do,
Okay.
in affordable luxury. And I think it's because I wear both hats. I am a licensed interior designer
Okay.
and I am a licensed general contractor.
Yes.
So there's a lot of accounts and vendors that I deal with that are higher end. So you can get your higher end chandeliers and your fixtures and your furnishings, at costs.
Right.
And then we deal with the lumber and the steel
Sure.
so I marry the two together
Yes.
and give the client a product that they really thought that they could not afford but is very attainable. Right now in the state of California, people they're building 550, 600 a square feet, and we build for 350 a square feet.
Wow.
And it is a custom luxury home.
I
Yeah.
tell people all the time, stop talking yourself out
Yes,
of
please.
these amazing experiences
Please.
that you can have for
Yeah.
yourself and for your
Yeah.
family.
A lot of times you cannot not afford to have someone
Hello.
like me because you'll be
Absolutely.
out trying to do it yourselves and you don't have the same buying power
Oh,
that we have because we're buying in bulk, and versus you may go and you may spend $100,000
yes.
on one home,
Right.
and in that month I probably spent $2 million on 20 homes.
Wow.
So the buying power
Is different.
goes up
Yes.
and the prices come significantly down.
Yeah.
And I pass that on to my clients. I'm not trying to make $1 million on one home.
right.
We make a little bit of profit. We give you a great product, and we just move on to the next one. That's what we
Volume.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where the blessings come in is in the volume. You're able to
Yes.
help people, and then of course you're getting and
Yeah.
reaping.
Yeah, and
because
I
you're
love it and I
sowing.
have fun with it. And I love helping
Yes.
my community,
Absolutely.
the Black and Brown community. We've been in such a deficit when
Yeah.
it comes down to home ownership.
I know.
We're far behind
Yes.
the curb. So I love,
Yes.
extending and helping. I even have lenders and
Right.
probably the best, I'll plug him, the
Plug.
best credit repair on this side of earth.
I love
am
it.
telling you, you'll be in a 400 and he'll have you in a 700
Come
in
on,
probably a
credit
couple
repair
of months.
man.
So we have everything to help you
Everything.
get you what you need. So you'll
Right.
have a lender, we have a mortgage, we have it all because this is my passion. I was really put here. If I have a lender who says if there's a loan out there, he'll get it for you.
I love that.
There's a loan, he'll get it for you. So it is It's a whole big team around Kendra Mays Designs. You know, I'm
Wow.
just the face of it. There's so many people that are behind me that I would not be able to name it all in one segment,
Sure.
but they
Sure.
help me do what I do,
Mm-hmm.
which is to provide a stellar
Stellar
service
service.
to the
Excellent
mass.
in business.
Thank you.
Seriously. I mean, it's a gift. It's a gift to serve people selflessly.
Yes.
It really
Yeah,
is.
that's
It
where the
doesn't,
gift comes
yeah,
from.
it is.
Yeah, I say if I don't
mm-hmm.
work another day financially, I'm great.
Yes.
So now is where the philanthropic things come from.
Yes.
Like I can really get out there and help people.
The
I can
passion.
really get out there and say, okay, I can fund some passion projects.
Yes.
I can help these people get in, you know,
Right.
because I'm not a struggling business owner
Right. I
anymore. So
know that's right.
everything I do is
God,
like
I
from my
thank
heart
you.
now.
Yes. For right, for me,
Mm.
for everyone who's watching who is an entrepreneur or business owner, though from your lips to our ears and God's
Yes.
ears, yeah.
Yes.
No longer a struggling business owner.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you'll get there.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
just takes it
It,
just takes time. I remember the first year that I made seven figures. I still remember it like it was yesterday. I
yes.
didn't even know that I did it. My
Wow.
CPA called me and it was a September of that year.
I
What
love
year is this?
September. It's my
It's
birthday
a
month.
birthday month.
Hey.
And she called me and she says, "Congratulations." And I was like, "On what? What did I do?"
Right.
And she says, "You're now the proud owner of $1 million company." And I said,
Ooh.
"Wait, I hit seven figures and it's just September?" She says, "You hit seven figures." I didn't even realize I did it. That's how hard I was out there
Wow.
working and hustling. And let me say this, that was the hardest seven figures I
I
ever
know
made.
that's
After
right.
that,
It's
it all became very easy.
I hear
Yeah,
that.
it all became very
I
easy
hear
after
that.
that, as I was just brick by brick, mortar
Yep.
by mortar. Because
Yep.
when I made the first, my mindset shifted. I
Yes.
thought, oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that wasn't as hard as I
That's
thought.
right.
So let me write this down so I can duplicate it and
Duplicate.
duplicate it again and duplicate it again and take it to a higher level
Mm-hmm.
and get around people that also have that same mindset. That's so
Girl.
important. I've been a loner for a long time because
Yeah.
I wasn't around people that had the same mindset. And people can really have you thinking that you are something's wrong with you.
I know.
You know, so yeah,
I'm telling you,
being
this
around the wrong circle can hurt you or harm you.
absolutely. I was just like I said, Tavier is the owner of 661 Creator
Yeah.
Space, and we were just having that conversation before you
Yes.
came.
Yes.
Your circle matters.
It matters. Yes.
If you've never heard me say it before, if you've never known, Kendra just said it now, and it's true that you are a product of the circle and the company that you keep.
Yes.
And if you are around people that can't wait to pull from you and not deposit anything,
yes.
or their mindset is low, poverty stricken, or just,
yes.
backbiting, critical.
And I used to hear all the time, that's just too hard.
Yes.
That's just too hard. And I was like, well, they're both hard.
Right.
Being poor is hard.
Yes, it is.
Working to be successful is hard.
It's hard.
So
Choose your hard.
Choose the hard.
Yes.
I'd rather choose the hard that's going to be a bigger payoff because they're both hard.
Absolutely.
Getting up every day and not knowing how you're going to eat and how you're going to pay your bills, that's very hard.
That's hard.
Getting up every day trying to figure out how you're going to take your company to another level is also hard.
Right.
But one will be a return on the investment.
Yes.
The other
Yes.
one will keep you broke and
Bound.
keep you unhappy.
Absolutely.
It'll
Yes.
keep you in a position where you'll never be able to help anyone else.
Never.
Because you can't even help yourself.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Those are diamonds. Like people say, oh, I'm dropping nuggets. No, baby. You are
Yes.
dropping diamonds. Because I think that people misunderstand the assignment. We were just talking about entrepreneurship, and it is hard, but it's easier when you do recognize your passion and then you
Yeah.
hone in on that thing and then you beat it. You work it almost like you would do it for free. You're just doing it because it's your hard work.
Like you would do it for
like you would do it for free. You're just doing
Absolutely.
it. You're just in it. You're grinding. You're not looking up, looking left, looking right, comparing yourself to others.
Mhm.
You're
Mhm.
tapped in.
You're tapped
And
in.
it feels like when you were tapped in the year that you first made your first million,
Yes.
that you were tapped in.
Yeah, that year I really listened to myself a lot.
Come on.
Because even at that time I was married, and I don't think my husband at the time meant any harm.
Sure.
But I was spreading myself thin, working a job.
Yes.
and working the business.
Right.
And I made a decision. I said, I'm going, I have to let this go because I know I was convinced
Right.
where God was taking me, even though I had 100 people that told me, why would you leave this job? You're six figures, you run it, you can do what you want, you can. And I listened to all 100 of those, but the one voice that was on the inside of me was just louder than all the other ones that was telling me. And he even told me, he's like, why would you do that? You have that job in the palm of your hand. I was like, I'm not meant to do that. That's just not what I meant to do.
Right.
And at that time, from January to September, I made seven figures between the job and the company. But the beautiful thing is, from September to December, so the last 3 months of the year, I made another seven figures. In the last 3 months, the job, it was like in front of my face, like a little carrot.
I know that's
keeping me bound.
Keeping you bound.
Keeping me look, well, why am I really going to let this go? Am I real? And I just let it go. I had a dream in the middle of the night, and I got up and I never looked forward. I went I typed out my resignation letter the same day, took it in the next day. And I got there before my boss got there because I wanted to make sure it was sitting. I unlocked his office, sit it on his desk, locked his office back, and then came in my office because I knew he was going to come. I knew he was going to try to talk me out of it. And as soon as he came in there, before he said anything, I said, I need to let you know, this company has been great to me.
And I love it.
And I have been great to the company.
Yeah.
So I'm not leaving because of anything the company has done.
Right.
So now that you know that.
Right.
Don't try to talk me out of it because it's going to be a waste of time that you're going to need to replace me.
Yes.
And I could tell everything that he had ready.
Right.
And he said, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, he said, okay. He said, so. I said, so now what can I do to help you transition? Because I knew my role there was very important.
Absolutely.
And I knew it was going to take a lot to do. But I could not let that time. And I've never looked back. I've never looked back from that day. And I'm talking about someone who didn't even think that I could make $20 an hour.
I know that's
right. As a kid, I just didn't I didn't know that I could be this great. I had to write the woman that I am. I had to write her like a character in a book.
Yes, you did.
Because I didn't see it. I didn't see anyone around.
And she's so bomb. I'm not saying that for flattery. I'm not saying that for any other
Blessings
reason.
to you.
But I'm so serious.
Blessings to you.
You know, it radiates off of you.
Wow. Thank you.
The peace, the joy, the passion. Girl.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
like
you.
tingly because when I meet people that have an energy, it's not, it's nothing I can't explain it, but I feel like my blood is circulating through my body faster. Wow. And that is nothing but the presence of God and you allowing him to work through you. I can just feel.
Wow.
And that is just bringing tears to my eyes. I keep wiping. I'm serious. It's such a blessing. So I have a question or two I wanted to ask you, but dang.
Let's get to it, girl.
I mean, no, because just listening to your story is not only motivational and inspirational, but it's so authentically raw and true.
Yeah.
That I needed to hear it. I know the Handle Her With Care community needs to hear it because not only have you maintained your business and you have just leveled up to this amazing level, but you've maintained your soft side. And that's the part that I think a lot of women miss.
Yeah.
A lot of men miss and don't appreciate either. So
I know, but there was a time in my life that I'm not going to say I lost it, but I definitely prayed to lose it. I asked God to make me tougher.
Huh.
I did. I realized that was my pain talking. It was my hurt talking. I had been hurt to the deepest level that I could have thought, just personally. I really, really had a knock upside my head.
Okay.
And so I asked God to make me mean. Those were some of my exact words. I said, Lord, just make me mean, make me tough, make me like that woman that just doesn't give a damn and who's just so bitchy because she seems to be the one that's the most happiest in life. But as I'm saying it, I'm crying out like a
Yes.
little kid, like tears
Yes.
are rolling down my
Right.
face as
Right.
I'm asking him to make me hard.
Ugh,
And it's almost as if he laughed at me.
right.
But I heard this voice say, I didn't create you that way,
Mm.
and I'm not going to
And
make
I'm
you
not
that
gonna make
way.
you that way.
And so I said, well, then fine. If you love me, then just don't wake me up. So see, I
Mm.
don't want people to think, oh, man, this journey, she just went. No, it was a lot of darkness, a lot. And so I don't want you to feel like in the darkness
Right.
that God still won't be there, because he was there the most in
Yes.
my darkness. And I said, then if you love me, then just don't wake me up. Let me go be with my brother. Let me go be
Mm.
with my grandmother. I'm just tired of
Right.
hurting. When I said that out loud, I'm just tired of hurting.
Yes.
That's when I realized what it was. I didn't really want to go. I
Right.
was just tired
Tired of
of
hurting.
hurting. That's what that
Wow.
went, and pain.
Yes.
And at this time, I'm already the millionaire. I'm already
Right.
from the outside looking in, look like she has everything.
Right.
But I
Right.
was
Right.
hurt.
Yeah.
I was in a lot of pain, and none of that meant anything. So you have to be well rounded.
You
You
do.
have to
You
have this
do.
balance.
You
You have to,
do.
like I told you, when I ran and was trying to be successful, that wasn't even out of self-love.
Yeah.
That was
That
me
was an escape.
just
Mm-hmm.
trying to outrun this voice from a kid that just told me I was never going to be anything. So I really, really had to take some time and look at myself the way God saw me. And so he healed that.
I
He
love
healed
that.
that, because it was really just my pain talking. I didn't want to live. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want
Right.
to, and that's not and that wasn't me. It
No.
was just the pain.
Right.
And so God got me through that.
Yeah.
And I started, this is when I really realized it was something, because I looked in the mirror and I tried to tell myself that, Kendra, I love you. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, Kendra. And then I said, I.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't even say love you.
Couldn't get
I
it out.
couldn't get it out.
Yes.
And I cracked down in front of my fireplace and just cried. And
Right.
yeah, and I started repenting,
Yeah.
because who am I not to love me when my
God loves
maker
you.
loves me?
Yes.
He created me out of love.
Right.
And so who was me not to love
Not to
me?
love
So the
me.
first thing I did was repent
Yeah.
for me not loving
That is
myself.
so powerful.
And then I asked God to teach me how to love myself,
Right.
so I
Right.
won't have this pain. So things like this won't just come and shatter me to where it took me, that pain that I experienced in my personal life, through my divorce and everything, it took me back to that kid whose mother didn't love her,
Yes. Yes.
who
Yes.
people told was going to be mental retarded for the rest of my life. See, I started school late and then graduated early, because I was the kid that was supposed to be mental retarded for the rest of her life. That's what I was told,
Wow.
that I was not going to be a functioning member of society. However, I started school late but graduated at 16. But I still never thought that any of that meant that I was special or great or
Yeah.
anything. None of that had reconciled in my brain, because I still didn't have this self love. I still didn't
Right.
understand how extraordinary God meant for me to be.
Yes. Yes. But I feel like your faith is the catalyst for this entire thing. When you said you started to see yourself the way God sees you,
Yeah.
and I often encourage people to say what God says about you. You are
Mm-hmm.
royal priesthood. You are a peculiar people, right? You're not like
Yes.
everybody else.
Yes.
You are special. I do
Yes.
love you. I do. So if you repeat the things that God says about you, you start to see yourself the way that
Yes.
God sees you.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Then it changes the perspective.
Absolutely.
It really does. So go ahead. And I just wanted to put a pin there because I was like,
No, that's beautiful. That's well
that's
said.
real.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly
It's
what it
real.
was.
It's
So
real.
that's how I started to come out of that, as I recognized it first.
Yes.
I repented for it, and then I said, okay, God, it's you and me. It's
Right.
it's you and me.
Right.
And this big old house is just teach me how to love myself
Yeah.
so I won't have these feelings of
Right.
wanting to harm myself or wanting to not be here anymore
Yeah.
or not understanding that I have so much purpose still
Yes.
left
Yes.
inside of me and that I won't be doing things with the wrong
I
motivation.
know that's right.
Everything I had done up until that point had just been out of the wrong motivation.
Right.
It was just me trying to prove that I was worthy, trying to prove it to that little girl, which really I should have loved that little girl, helped heal that little girl.
Yes.
And then everything I was doing is now out of purpose.
Out of purpose.
But up until then, it was just trying to prove something to this broken, fragile little girl who didn't feel loved.
And honestly, that's a never ending task.
I agree.
And that's a never ending task.
Yeah.
You'll never be able to satiate that need.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
at the end of the day, that's not what she needed. She needed your love.
Yes.
So you can, try to outrun it and get only so far, and you can keep trying to feed her that, but that wasn't her love language.
Yes.
Her love language was love and care and concern.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Really. Yeah. You can't outrun it. You can't outfeed it. You can't stuff it down. You have to bring it up.
You have to.
And you have to face that thing.
You have to.
Wow.
And that's one. I'm very big with self-discipline. It took a lot of self-discipline for me to do because you just don't want to deal with it.
You don't.
You don't want to bring up that pain. You don't want to bring up that past trauma. You don't want to bring up that childhood. But it's inevitable for you to fulfill whatever purpose it is. You're going to have to deal with it. And then it just turns into a testimony.
It does.
It strengthens yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It strengthens others around you.
Yes, it does.
And it helps you to grow.
And I feel like that's almost the only way that you can build like viable relationships.
Yes.
Right. So if you don't love yourself or you can't love yourself, then you really can't love others.
I agree with that.
So then you cannot create a team. You cannot grow that arm of the extensions of you because at the core, there's something missing. So I do want to circle back to how you chose your people, your team.
Yes. So I chose my team carefully, cautiously, and it took a long time. And I have to say, I had a lot of bumps on the road. So a lot of people that started with me fell by the wayside. A lot of people that started with me, I fired, and that was hard for me to do because I was always looking at, oh God, this is going to affect their livelihood if I let them go. And they
come on, Kendra.
Yes. And so I always thought about that. And then I was like, I'm not their God.
Right.
And I cannot be more concerned about their success than they are.
Right.
Like it just won't happen.
Than yourself and the things that you have to fulfill.
Yes, and I had to recognize when I was first starting to take off like a rocket, there were some attachments to me that were attached to try to hold me down. They were attached because they were jealous, but they needed me financially.
Sure.
But I can't really show my hate because I really kind of need her, but I really hate that I need her.
Yes.
In any kind of way that I can sabotage her, I'll try to, and I'll throw the rock and then I'll hide my hand. And, and God was character building me too.
Yes.
A lot of the stuff I went through, I'd say it was 10 times more for me than even the people that I let go, because he's like, I'm trusting you with millions.
Yes.
And then at one point, I'm going to trust you with billions. So you have to have the right people around you. You have to build that spirit of discernment.
Yes.
This is a responsibility. You owe the people that's putting the money in your hands much more than you owe those that's taking it out of your hands.
Golly, I wish I had a rewind button. Girl, that was so good.
Yes, and that was difficult for me.
Yes, it was.
I would go home crying and and I would have these, did I do the right thing? Only come to find out these people didn't care a thing about me.
No.
Nothing. And I used to struggle with that because I care so much about others.
I know.
So I just think, of course, these people care about me. Why wouldn't I? I'm good to them.
Right.
No.
Right.
they had their own demons. They didn't know how
They
to.
didn't know how.
No. They didn't know how to um, appreciate what was in front of them. They didn't know how to cultivate and be the CEO of their own little life or their own little position that they were in. No. And then some of them, I'm just saying, was sent. That was their assignment.
Come on.
Was to sabotage. Their assignment was to wreak havoc. Their assignment was to cause confusion. Their assignment was to think
insert
they were going to put
and
all of that. Insert chaos. And try to muddy the waters. That was their assignment. And I had to start learning these little demons.
Oh my God.
And getting them out of there. And that took strength and power on the inside of me. Just like Christ when he was getting ready to go to another level, and then the devil comes in and tries to, and he says, "Get thee behind me."
Satan.
And then he was able to go on and effectively do his work. Ministry. You know, and once again, we're not comparing ourselves to Christ, but these parables and these stories,
they're set in place to teach us.
They're set in place to teach us. And I started saying, once again, that was a test of my own self-love. I had to understand, okay, God did not put me here to be ordinary.
Right.
He created me to be extraordinary. He created that. I'm extraordinary.
Yes.
I'm higher than ordinary. I'm not the average bear. And I cannot have all of this attached to me.
I cannot have
and
that.
After I've said it once, and then after I've said it twice.
Right.
You know who you're, because of the difference. If someone is there and meant to be with you and they can take correction.
Yes.
And then those that are not, it's like, well, who are you to tell me?
Right.
I never even liked you anyway.
Right.
Go on up the street and real quick, and go attach yourself to that you want to attach yourself to. But it definitely will not be me. So I chose. I said a long way to say
no.
I chose
the
them
right
by
way.
doing
that wasn't a long way. That was the only way. Okay.
I did a lot of bumps in the road before I started really selecting them, and then those that were worth keeping in the sense that you may not have had the same skill set, but you had a heart to work. You have a heart for the community.
Absolutely.
You have a heart, a spirit like mine.
You can see it.
So I cultivated those and I let the others go. And it became easier and easier once I started valuing myself, understanding where God was taking this company. And I was even just able to see through the mask.
Yeah.
Because at first I couldn't. The mask was just so pretty and so well presented and so, other people around could see. You don't see that this girl is jealous of you and she's a bitter little hater. And I'm like, no, you're wrong. And you're wrong. And you're wrong.
Right.
And I was wrong.
But really quick, when you said that you had to see and strengthen discernment, I tell people all the time, it's just like working out. You have to strengthen those muscles. That muscle is weak. Discernment, especially when you're kind and you're pure-hearted and you just want everyone to win and you're going and cheering for everybody.
And you think everyone's like that.
The people are that. And when I closed the salon, that's what I said. I said, I realized that there's not enough people like me. There's more people like them, and I cannot succumb to that energy anymore. It's draining me.
I'm so proud of you. Because I know that was hard.
It was hard. That was my baby. But I am more valuable. So when you said people are their assignment, I said, do you know people were coming to me? Because I was just like, I operate here. I'm creating, right? I'm pulling things down with my bare hands.
You don't see all that.
I don't see all that. I'm like, who doesn't like who? Why are you talking to me about that?
Yes.
Wait, what? You're interrupting this flow. I feel like I'm stimming. I'm doing all these things and I'm still working, doing hair, but that's still a part of my creativity. But while I'm working, I'm writing notes down. Because I'm pulling creativity and I'm documenting these things. I have to, because these are things I'm going to be implementing not into the hair industry, but into the world, into this project, into building up women, into building. So you're pulling me down to level these eye level problems. And I had to look, and then I'm going to let you keep going. But
no, go ahead, please.
I had to look. One girl said, she'd been there for 6 months. She said, where's the toilet paper? And I said, that was my face. It was like God said, wake up.
Right, wake up.
They are here to distract you because I had a pen and paper right by my desk. And even though I'm pressing here, I'm like, and this and that.
Yes.
I had a thought. I remember it clear as day because that was the moment I said, what?
Yep, that was
Get
your wake
out.
up call. Yes.
I was ready to write
Good
and the
for you.
pressing comb in the oven, and I was about to write a note down, and the girl came in. So I just was, where's the toilet paper? I said, find it.
That
Get
part.
out. Go find it. Because you're trying to do something to me.
That assignment.
You have an assignment to distract me, and I can no longer be distracted. My assignment is too big.
Exactly.
I have too much to do.
Yeah.
And if you keep pulling me down here to eye level with little foolish things, little things that you know or you can find, you can figure out for yourself. I should have run to the car and get my key, get my soda out the car. I left my soda in. Why are you talking to me in this moment? You're a business operator. Go. You don't have to ask my permission.
But it's ordinary. And that's an adversary to greatness.
I had to let it go so that I could have the freedom of my thoughts, so that I could write things down, so that I could be very intentional and consistent with the things that matter.
Yes.
That are bigger than this.
Yes.
What are you thinking on? What are you doing?
Yes.
I can't. So nod to that. Yes, in building a team, people around you, your circle is paramount. It's the only thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even with my team, I am several levels above them because I have, number one, because I have to be.
Absolutely.
But I definitely have a me at every level. And that's one thing that I struggled with. But I took time and developed a me on every level because I was going to need. I'm always going to level up.
Right.
That is, from glory to glory. Like I'm always going to level up.
Yes.
And so as soon as I do, I have to have that other person that can go. Yes. So I did effectively put a me at every level.
I love that.
Of the company, and that's that person. That's the CEO of that stage, and they know all, see all, can do all, but can easily move up exactly when they need to. Me
because
at
you're gonna be
every
moving up, so you can move up too, right up under me.
Yes, everyone, and those are the ones that I cultivate the most because they're the most important ones. I'll probably always have laborers come in, come out, filter in, filter out, but we have a good family environment. We do. It's a wonderful team. I wouldn't take anything away. I mean, even my children. I've been doing this longer than they've been alive, and half of them work for the company now.
First of all, yes to that. I mean,
they used to be little and opening up the box and saying, "Where did I put this candle, mommy? Where do I hang this pizza?" And now they've gone through school. They're carpenters. They're contractors. They're in the office. They're designers. So that is a beautiful full circle moment for me.
That is a beautiful full circle moment because what is it if we cannot pass legacy?
Yes.
I mean, what is it? What are we building? What is this time away from family? What are these sacrifices for?
Yes.
If I cannot pass this thing to you that is not only going to generate wealth for future generations, for my great, great, great grandbabies to come.
Yes. And that's so beautiful that you said that create wealth because I do have meetings with just financial meetings every other Friday with my staff.
Yes.
And so we talk about, I give them challenges, savings challenges and investment challenges and, who won this week and because I don't want to cultivate a bunch of laborers. I do want them to have wealth. You can generate wealth.
Yes.
You can start generating wealth wherever you're at.
You are.
I did it with 9 kids, a single mother, going in and out of working the business, working full-time, working the business, working full-time, and I will put myself in challenges. I used to have to go to the food bank first.
Yes.
Get all the food I could get from the food bank, and then build my grocery list from the food bank for the week and figure out how to feed all those kids and then teach them how to do it themselves because I'm working day and night. I'm working 12, 14 hours, in a day and on weekends. And comb my daughter's hair, put a scarf on it at night, have everyone's clothes
Mm.
laid out,
Yes.
everyone's in
Yes.
their cubby hole, extremely organized. But those were sacrifices I meant to make. Effective parenting is not lazy parenting. You can't be a lazy parent and be effective. It's just not going to work.
Oh, what I'm hearing is that you have been operating at a specific level of excellence in every stage of your life. So, eat your home life with your children, okay? Cubbies, what? Laid
Yeah.
out, hair combed. Hear me. These are
Yes.
things that people looking out, they're like, oh, she's a good mom, assuming they just have a place to lay their head and some food on the table. No, you were
Yeah.
specific in making
Yeah.
sure and curating a home life and environment of organization and,
I think I did it out of circumstance. I
yeah,
really wanted this business to work, and I
okay,
couldn't do it with everything being out of,
chaotic.
yeah, I
No,
could, so came out of circumstance. Look, I brought these kids into the world. I
right,
couldn't conform to their little world. They was
right.
going to have to conform to
Conform to
mine.
mine.
It just
That's
that's just
right.
how it's going to have to be. So
Absolutely.
you're going to have to be in the bed at a certain time. You're
Yes.
going to have to get this work done. I'm going to need the older ones to look after the
They're the
younger
younger ones.
ones because I'm
Right.
on this mission. That's just
Mhm.
how it had to be.
Yes.
And did I used to feel a certain degree of mom guilt? I think so.
Yeah.
In the beginning, for sure, because
Right.
they were all so young.
Yes.
And I would take them with me everywhere I went. So
Right.
I would be designing the client's home, and I'm up there hanging the piece of art. I have everybody on a blanket with
Right.
their little snacks and
Mm-hmm.
with their little coloring books. And,
Oh,
that's just how it had to
this is how
be.
it had to be.
Yes, and so I know they probably wanted to be at the park,
Sure.
or probably wanted to ride bicycles, or probably
Right.
wanted to while I was doing this. But I just kept it just would that fire that was inside of me would never burn out,
Right.
not even for my children, and I love them more than life.
Sure.
And I remember when they started getting older, and I said, "Guys, I know I work a lot because the kids are very close, and they would
Yes.
go to each other's ball games and
Yep.
sporting events
Mm-hmm.
when I couldn't make it." And I'll never forget. I told them, I said, "I know I work a lot." I said, "I know you guys have to depend on each other." And it was my oldest daughter. She said, "Oh, Mama, we brag on you all the time." She was like, "We love what you're out there
I
doing."
know
Like,
that's
it
right.
didn't scar
It
them. It
didn't
wasn't
scar
any type
them.
of lasting. They understood what I was doing, and I was like, "Okay, Lord, thank you."
Thank
And I
you.
just went, and like I say, now they're working
Right.
in the same company that they used to see me trying to
I
build.
know.
So
That's more
that
than
is
a full
very,
circle. That is like,
yes. And I really take advantage of that. Like I say, with my workers, we have those financial meetings because I try to teach them stuff that wasn't taught to me, but I learned.
right.
I would go to the library before we had the internet.
Yes.
And I would go photocopy those books, those financial books, and how to save,
Yes.
and IRAs. And,
Yes.
I didn't understand any of that. It sounded Greek to me,
Right.
but I would just keep reading and keep reading it and keep reading it until it would sink in.
Mm-hmm.
So now I hope to give it to them quicker than what
You had to get it.
yes, quicker than what I
Yeah.
had to give it. There's a song by this group called Commissioned,
Uh-huh.
and he says, now that you've come out of the darkness,
Yes.
turn on the light for a friend.
For a friend.
And so that's always stuck with me.
Yeah.
So what that it took me so many years to get
Right.
it. I
Mm-hmm.
know it now.
And I can give it
and
to
I can
you.
give it, and I can give it to you.
I can give it to
Yeah,
you.
so it's fun. They like the little challenges.
Of
They like,
course.
and it's
Yeah.
teaching them.
It's teaching. They're saving, so they're able to see, like, okay, yes, you plant seeds, you water them, the
And
tree
it-
will
and
grow.
it will
You know what I'm
grow.
saying? It will grow.
Yes.
But you have to actively work that thing. You
Yeah.
have to get out there, pull those weeds. You got to drop some fertilizer on that thing. You got to
Yes.
put the water. You got to make sure it's on a timer, or you got to get out there physically and do it. It is effort.
Take some action. Yes.
But it is rewarding in the end.
yes.
And you will reap what you sow. So that is, Kendra, I
Girl, it's
there's
a lot.
you're so layered and you're so humble,
Mm.
you
Wow.
know, and like I said, and I keep saying, there's a thread of softness that is so beautiful. How
Thank
do
you.
you keep that?
Um, I think I keep it because I really am authentic to myself.
Yes.
I'm not in any of those spaces where even feel the need to be inauthentic.
Right.
Like I don't even put myself in those types of surroundings. There's been a lot of bumps in the road
Yeah.
for me. I thank God for all of them. I really do. I thank God for the yeses and the nos.
Yes.
I thank Him for the ups and the downs. I thank Him for the heartbreaks, the heartaches, and the joys.
Yeah.
I thank Him for them all. So I genuinely love people.
Right.
I genuinely love people.
People.
But the balance in it now is that I also love myself.
Hey.
I loved so many people
I love it.
more than I loved
More than I love.
myself.
Yes.
More,
Yes. Yes.
and as an entrepreneur, that was detriment
I know
to
it
me.
is.
I went out of business within my first 3 years of opening. I was out of business because I let the clients drag me crazy.
Right.
I would give them way more than what they even paid for.
Asked
And
for.
it was not sustainable.
Right.
But it's just like, I just wanted to be liked.
Right.
And there is such a difference in being a nice person and being a good person,
Tell me the difference.
because a nice person wants to be liked. They
Yes.
need to be fed this fairy tale that everyone likes them because you're so nice.
Yeah.
A good person does what's right.
What's right.
And that might not always be perceived as nice, but it's necessary. My grandmother used to tell me, never get tired of doing the right thing. And doing the right thing doesn't always make you look like a nice person.
Come on, grandmother.
And do the right thing also means doing the right thing for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, for yourself.
Yes.
So I am a good person.
Yes.
I love people. I also love myself.
Right.
But that doesn't always gonna read as being a nice person, because a good person might have to take up for someone else that's less fortunate for them.
Right.
And that might not make them look nice,
Right.
but they're doing what's right.
Absolutely.
Yes. So that's how I keep that softness, I guess, so to speak, is because I've grown so many levels. I mean, I've been so many women, like the Shaka Khan song, I'm every woman.
Every woman. Absolutely.
I've been a wife, I've been a mother, I've been a sister, I've been great friends, an entrepreneur, I've been hurt, I've been destitute, I've been broke, I've been poor, I've been rich, I've been at all these different stages, right?
Yes.
And the one thing that was there with every single one of those stages was love. In the form of God, in the form of my children, in the form of the soft little whispers, in the form of my dreams, in the form of my imagination.
Wow.
I remember being homeless, but I used to sketch mansions, and I had never even seen a mansion. I used to, on the cardboard box, I used to take the pencils that was given to you from the school, and I would just sketch these mansions because they were in my dreams. They were in my imagination, which I know that's where God speaks to me. God speaks to me in my imagination. Yes. I used to win so many art contests in school. I would just win them, and I wasn't even trying to. Like, I didn't even put forth my full effort. And I would mix colors together that would make a color that no one had even seen before, and it makes stuff look iridescent. And I was just using the 8 Crayolas in the Crayola box. And I remember in the 4th grade, my teacher told me, she says, "You are one of the most imaginative students I have ever met." I didn't even understand what that meant. I was just, because it came so easy. It was just being how I was created to be. And so the softness comes with me knowing myself, me giving myself grace, me knowing that I can show up in the world authentically, right? I can show up in the world as myself and it be okay. I can love people and still correct them.
Yes, because
the
that's
right
love.
people will still be there.
Right.
Right. I'm worthy of everything that God ever promised to me. I'm worthy of it, but I need to work for it.
Absolutely.
And I'm completely okay with that. And I'm in a space now to where I really honestly can say I'm healed. I'm healed. That little girl in me is healed. That broken woman is healed. And healing looks and reads and feels powerful.
It is.
It
It
is.
is.
Because it just is. God never said we wasn't going to go through things.
He never
He
said
just said that we wouldn't have to go through it alone.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
He's walking with us
All the time.
all the time.
All the time.
Yep.
Even if we don't feel it, our feelings can be tricky.
Yes, they can.
Even if it just doesn't seem like. I remember, gosh, I told God, I said, God, I just need you to tell me where my keys are. I was having a very frustrating day.
Okay.
And I was like, I just need you to tell me where my keys are. Like, stop playing all these games. And then I opened my bottom drawer, and I remember when they fell in there. When I opened it, it came to me. Oh, man, they fell into there. And then I was like such a brat.
Right.
And I was like, you could have said this a long time ago. So God is there even in our frustration.
Right.
He's just there.
He's just there.
Everywhere at all times.
Yes.
And who wouldn't want to serve a God like that?
I know. I tell my kids, I make sure you have constant communication with your best friend. Make sure you're talking all the time about anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Your keys falling in the drawer. Yes. Whether it's, oh my gosh, I'm just drinking this water. Thank you, Lord, for hydration. Right? I said, I have to be in constant communication with him, because that is the thing that's sustaining me.
Yes.
When I'm in the mix and I'm talking with people and I'm doing different things, even while I'm just, oh, thank you, Lord, for this person, or for my ability to hear this person.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord, for my ability to not prejudge this situation and, react irrationally or do something presumptuous. Thank you, Lord, for discipline and self-discipline to be able to, flow in this moment.
Yes.
It's a constant communication. So hearing you say that, is beautiful, because it's true.
Yeah.
It's
I
true.
think we do the best we can here on earth. I really do. I mean, we all get up every day, and I really do believe that.
Right,
we do the best we can.
Yes.
There are some days where it doesn't look like it. There's some days we feel like we've given up. There's some days we have given up.
Right.
But for the most part, humankind gets up every day, and we do the best we can with the cards that were dealt to us.
Yes.
That's where grace comes in.
Absolutely.
And forgiveness comes in at.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I have to ask one specific thing.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Okay. So how do you handle yourself with care? Meaning, how do you carve out time to remember you?
Oh, that's a great question. I think that might be what I struggle with the most.
Okay.
Because I work a lot. I work a lot. I work a lot. And so I've been saying for 30 years that I was going to find balance.
Okay. I feel you.
I've been saying for 30 years, girl, find some balance, create some balance. And I'm always on everybody else about balance. And I listen to myself the least when it comes to that.
Right.
So how do I handle myself with care? Two things. I understand who I am.
Yes.
So I do know that I would probably be what they call a workaholic.
Okay.
I'm a bit of a machine. I am very, very self-disciplined when it comes to work.
Right.
But I do lack balance.
Okay.
So how I handle myself with grace is that I first understand who I am. Yes. I do. I say, okay, Kendra, you know who you are.
Right.
You know you're going to go full steam ahead.
Yes.
And then here lately, what I have been doing is when I'm tired, I just let myself breathe. Used to, in times past, I would go so much that when I was tired, I would say, no, you can't be tired. Yes. Keep going. Right. Push yourself some more. And then I end up with migraines and pass out and in the hospital. And I'm very like a sickly person at that. I would get sick all the time because I wasn't giving myself any care, and so I do now say, okay, you're tired. You're tired. It's okay to put this away and put on some jazz music and, have a glass of wine or a chilled glass of brandy and, and sketch.
No, okay. So a chilled glass of brandy. What is your brand?
Yes. Well, I like a good peach brandy.
Peach brandy. Okay.
Stella
The
Rosa
Stella
has a good
Rosa peach.
peach
It's nice.
brandy. Yeah, I like that. I'm not a heavy alcohol drinker, but I also don't like mixing alcohol with mixers.
Okay.
That's quite unhealthy and can
It
give
is.
me a headache. So if I can do something that's straight and chill a little bit, I love jazz music. It's
Me
my
too.
favorite music of all time.
Who's your favorite jazz artist?
I love Boney James.
Okay.
I love Will Downing.
Yes.
Layla Hathaway
Yeah.
is more kind of jazz neo soul, but
Right.
anything is kind of soothing. Who don't love Anita
I
Baker?
know.
You know,
I know. Do you like Robert Glasper?
I love
I
Robert.
love
Yes.
Robert. And you know,
How
okay,
did I
clock
forget?
it. And you know he has the new Blue Note.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh
So we
my
have to plan a
gosh.
girls' night.
Yes,
Yes.
for sure.
To the Blue Note
Yes,
we go.
to the Blue Note we
Yes.
go.
Yes,
And
yes,
so
yes.
that's kind of how I handle myself with care. I'm
That's beautiful.
very introverted and I am a homebody.
Okay.
And so I spoil myself in my home.
Oh, take
Oh
me
gosh,
through
like
that.
because
Oh.
I am a creative,
Yes.
imaginative being.
Okay.
So I need to be surrounded with beauty. So I
Beauty.
am fresh flower delivery every week,
Yes.
in the vase, I'm candles everywhere,
Okay.
I'm
Favorite candle brand?
incredibly well, I would be remiss if I didn't say my own candle
I mean,
line.
come on and speak on it. And how do I buy mine? Because I want some today.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna get a gift package. I'm gonna give you a
Amen.
gift package. Yes. So I do have my own line, and it was carefully curated with
Of
a chemist
course it
myself because
was.
I am very allergy sensitive.
Are you?
Oh gosh, so I cannot wear perfumes.
Okay.
I can't wear colognes,
Oh.
and so it's so funny how these body butters are so popular
Yes,
now.
they are.
I used to do that myself.
Okay.
I used
Okay.
to take and put one little spiff of perfume
Uh-huh.
in a whole jar
whole
of
jar.
Vaseline.
Okay. Okay.
Because I still wanted to smell good, but
Right.
I could not put the
The
perfume
perfume
directly
on
to
you.
my skin. So it's
Okay.
funny how the body butters
That
are out
is
there. I thought I should have
interesting.
coined that. I should have did that 20
That's
years
all
ago.
right. Because listen, there's still space.
It's
Kendra
still
Mays,
space,
listen,
okay.
boo. Put it out there because
See, it's
you got
funny
it.
how you
Yes.
think about stuff that
Yes.
I used to. So my home really is a reflection of like how people see on social media the homes that I produce, and my home is a
Mm.
reflection of that creative, imaginative person that I am because
Yes.
I need to look around and see beauty. It stimulates me,
Yes, it does.
and I need it for just my whole essence. It
Uh-huh.
helps me create. It helps me get in that space. So home is really where it's at for me. If I do anything, it's mostly it's
Work.
mostly at home.
Right.
So I love that. I love jazz. I love a bubble bath. I love to do yoga.
Okay.
So though that's how I kind of handle myself with care.
Yeah.
I'm not a spontaneous person because
Okay.
I work so much,
Right.
which makes it hard to say, let's just get up and go somewhere.
Yeah.
So, but when I do need to take that mental break, then I need something at home that I can,
Touch and do.
that I can just touch
Mhm.
and do.
Mhm.
I have an old encyclopedia set.
Okay.
This is so crazy. Now you're getting into the quirky parts
I'm like,
of me.
and I love
Yes.
her. This is come on with her. Yes, all of it.
I have an old encyclopedia set,
Okay.
and I'll tell you why I did it. Because when I was growing up,
Okay.
that little imaginative girl, my grandmother had the encyclopedia set, the
Mhm.
World Book.
Okay.
And now that I'm an adult, I didn't understand that used to be maybe the Google of the day.
Google of the day.
All of the
Yes,
information was in
yes,
there. But my
yes.
little creative brain, I would go and cut out the cars and cut out the birds, and I would cut up her encyclopedia set
Cool.
and make them whatever I wanted it to be.
Right.
And she couldn't stand that.
Of
Like
course.
she was
Yeah.
like, "Why are you so destructive?" And I didn't know that I was destructive.
Okay.
I was just being imaginative.
Creative. Yeah.
So what I did is I went to what is the old where you buy old stuff from? I forget the
antique
website.
or-
It's not Amazon. It's the site that was before Amazon. I'm drawing a
Oh.
blank.
You talking about
Oh, it was before Amazon. You used to go and buy.
eBay?
eBay.
eBay.
That's it. I
Okay.
went to eBay and I bought the 50th year edition of that encyclopedia set.
Is it the Britannica?
It wasn't Britannica, it was World Book.
World
Yeah,
Book.
it's called
Okay.
World Book.
Okay.
You know, Britannica's for the rich people.
Oh, okay.
We had World Book, so you know. It
That's
did
all
what
right.
it did.
I love it. I love it. I'm like
But I
trying to
bought
think,
the
did we have those?
set that I grew up
Oh
on,
my God.
and I displayed it in the den at my home.
Yes.
So I will go and now instead of tearing it up,
Right.
I'll just flip to a random page, B for birds or C for cars or H for horses, because I really love horses.
Okay.
And I will look at the picture and I'll just sketch. I'll spend the whole evening listening to jazz music,
Wow.
and I'll sketch it in larger frame with all of my colored pencils and stuff, and just remember my grandma.
I feel like I'm in the room with you on one of these days, and you're having this brandy and you're sketching these horses or whatever, and I feel like there's an amazing smell.
Yes,
just coming from one of your candles.
Yes,
I
apple
feel like
melon or
okay, yes. I just feel like you painted that picture, and I feel like that is that is what peace looks like.
Yes,
definitely for you. But I could
50
feel
years in the making, but that's what peace looks like.
That's all right, because it
well
just keeps
worth the
getting
wait.
better. It just keeps getting better.
From glory to glory.
From glory to glory.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm loving that.
Yes.
I'm loving
we
that
can
for
create
you.
whatever we want in life. We are all powerful, creative, imaginative
Yes,
beings.
we are.
We really can.
Yeah.
And we can create the life that we want. I mean, it's our God-given right. It's in the Constitution. Life, liberty, and the pursuit
of happiness. Yes.
And our forefathers wrote that because they knew happiness was going to be something that we had to pursue.
You had to.
It wasn't just going to be freely given to us,
It's
like
not.
life and liberty.
Right.
You have to pursue your own happiness.
Girl, break that down.
Yeah.
Did you catch that? I don't think you got it.
You chase it down, you catch it.
Yes.
You grab it, you hold on to it, and then you hone it and you mold it and you make it what makes you happy.
Right.
You pursue it.
You have to fervently pursue. I love that. I really do. I think it's important to know what makes you happy. I think it's important to know what brings you peace in a world that's so chaotic. I hear people all the time like, I don't know what to do with myself. And it's like, no, you have to know. You have to figure it out. Yeah. You have to take the time to know yourself.
Especially before you get in a relationship, because then you're going to make that your partner's responsibility to know you, and to fix you, to make you happy, to make you whole. Yeah. And you're not a half of anything. You're meant to be companion pieces. Yes. You know, not this half and this half. Right. That responsibility of you being happy
falls on you.
Yeah, falls on us. Yeah. It does.
Yeah. I said that, well, it's been 9 years since I haven't dated really dated in like 9 years. And I said that. I'm like, I don't want to go into this empty. Yeah. Right? Like my cup got to be overflowing. Yes. And then whatever you keep dripping and pouring into that cup, it's just overflowing more into the rest of the world so that everybody can get, but not so that I'm being fulfilled. That's my cup has to be full. That's overflowing. Beautiful. And whatever you're pouring, it's good oil, and I'll take it. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. But it can't be because I'm depleted. Yeah. So I had to find my soft spaces for myself, too. I feel you on that. The quiet moments, the still moments, the prayers, the bubble baths. I just started bubble baths, by the way, because my days were so compacted that by the time I would get home, I would be like running from myself and anybody else who had a question for me, because it's like, I don't know, I just need a moment. But it's about curating the life that you want and pursuing your own happiness.
And knowing you deserve it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And that peace.
Yeah, I think that's you. It starts with knowing you deserve it, because you won't really pursue it fervently the way you said unless you really know that it's yours for the taking. Yeah, you got to know you deserve it before you even get the mindset to even pursue it. Deserve it, because you're just gonna burn out. You'll be like, oh, it wasn't meant for me anyway. Right. So you'll give up. Yeah. But if you know it's meant for you, really know it's meant for you, there's no devil that's going to be able to stop you.
That's right. That's right. There's no distraction that will be able to keep you.
Absolutely not.
I have a 11-year-old. Carter, and I am now trying to help him find his passion. Like I know that
Wow.
it's early,
Uh-huh.
ish. I know that we oh, give him time. Well, maybe, but no. I know that he's meant for so much greatness,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Mm-hmm.
just watching him kind of be like, well, I don't know, not confident in certain areas,
Mm-hmm.
very confident in other areas.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Y'all saw him last week. He was my guest on the show last week. It was amazing. Shout out to Carter, seventh Carter.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Carter.
Carter. But I'm now, yes, working on Carter, you deserve
Mm-hmm. That's so
to
beautiful.
to have a clean room and a clean space. I'm
Yeah.
trying to teach it now, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
pouring it out now,
Mm-hmm.
because turn the light on. What you say, commission,
Mm-hmm.
I,
Yes.
I right. So I'm trying to turn the light on for him, or I am turning the light on for him, so that he could see that he's deserving of a clean space, a clean room. You okay?
I'm about to
Okay.
sneeze.
No problem. Let me know. You need tissue or anything?
I'm good. Good. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. You deserve a clean room. You deserve a clean space. You deserve this athletic body that you are pursuing basketball, and I want you to play
Wow.
football and do this. You deserve to have
Aw.
the things
Yeah.
that you want, but it is going to take pursuit
Yeah.
and firing it up. And so listening to you talk about your childhood and stuff like that, and how you grew up and you just knew, yeah, that was your passion, or you were framing it, but you
Yeah.
knew that your passion was, and your projects were to be huge.
Yeah.
And so those are the things that right now, since we were talking about legacy and stuff, it just brought to mind Carter. I'm like, yeah, I want to settle in with him so that he knows his value,
Yeah.
that he's worthy of it,
Yes.
deserving of these things,
Yes.
so that then he
Especially
can
as a young
pursue
black
it.
kid.
Yes,
Because they don't get it enough.
yes,
Especially the boys.
the boys.
Yeah.
And you can pursue it. I don't care what's happening outside this house, school. I mean, he's doing fine or whatever. It's always work, school. But whatever is being they think of you, or whatever's going on, no, and you have to discern and value yourself, and grow that those arms of picking friends and all of those things. So anyway, your story just kind of made me think of him in that way.
Yeah.
And so I'm definitely going to show him this interview, so that I want him to be inspired, because you not only speak to women, but you also speak, in my mind, very clearly to men.
Yes.
And your story
Wow.
to me is far reaching, just a woman who needs to learn how to handle herself with care.
Yeah.
But it's
wow.
people who need to learn how to value themselves. And to me, that's the basis of my platform.
Yes.
It's not just take a bubble bath, feel better, have a glass of wine. We're so pretty. We get our hair done. Right? No. It's the inner workings
Yeah.
that you have to be so
Because
careful.
that just puts a mask on
It
things.
does. And that's what I would say.
I know. I did that for years.
For years. Yeah. We get our hair done and then we go to the car and cry.
Oh my gosh. Exactly.
Right? Put on a pretty dress and some makeup and get home and be a mess.
Yes.
In turmoil.
The things that we would hide behind a smile. Yeah. Wow.
That's the title of the book. I mean, I'm just saying. Did you write it yet? No, for real. How can people contact you?
Well, I can be reached on my website,
Okay.
www.kendramaysdesigns.com.
Yes.
And kdhomedesign.com.
kdhomedesign.com.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yes.
So at KD Home Design, that's where they would come for
So you'll come there for your custom home builds. Like
Okay.
we have different floor plans there that you can choose from.
Wow.
Or if you just even want to get ideals and inspiration, you could already that's what I love about the site, because you can already have your builder, you could already have your contractor, and you just need ideals. That's great. We have interior homes. We have exterior facades. You might just want to say, hey, I peeked it over here at her website and I saw this and I would
Right.
like to have this. It's there for all of that.
Yeah.
Whether you choose to use us or not, it is so many pictures and videos, even on Kendra Mays Designs. If you want to get a renovation done, if you need a kitchen done, and you might already have a little ideas. You might be a DIYer,
Okay.
and you just want to get some ideas.
Yes.
Head on over there.
I
and
plan
have fun
on
with
it. I'm feeling inspired right now. And I'm like, that's the part of the passion is giving. So you're giving information and just having fun with that.
Yes.
Because even if you don't use her, which we are, anyway, we have stuff to discuss, okay, for the near future. Praise God.
Yeah, but even if you don't, it's there as a resource. It's there as a tool. And that's we're proud of that. Go and get ideals or go and get in contact with us.
Okay, say it again, your websites.
KendraMaysDesigns.com
Yes.
or KDHomeDesign.com. And that was for Kendra Custom Homes.
Wow.
Yeah. You can also reach us by phone, 626-314-3001. And I would love to invite everyone out to the grand opening of the Floor and Decor. That's also going to be a huge resource here in Lancaster because it's flooring, it's countertops, it's more elevated than going to a big box store such as Home Depot or such as Lowe's. You get more of a custom look, a nicer look, and it is filled with all types of different design inspirations there too. So I will be there.
Oh, you get to meet
on
the woman.
Thursday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. doing a Q&A session in the Design Center.
In the Design Center.
Yes. I would also like to plug, I have been recently signed to Hulu. We are filming in Atlanta in November. So I can't say too much, but I can say look out for a new show 2026 on a Hulu. And I would really love all my people to tune in and give it some ratings.
I'm like, anyway, Hulu, let me make sure my phone, I have it on my phone and on my at home. I'm like,
just keep reaching us on social media. We'll start posting little snippets as they let us.
Yes.
Leading all the way up to
What's your
press
Instagram?
Tours.
Are you on Facebook too?
Yeah. My Instagram is Kendra Mays Designs, and my Facebook is Kendra Mays Designs.
Of course it is. Yes. She's a branded woman. What am I even saying? Oh my gosh. Okay, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Big on Floor and Decor, big on Hulu. What the heck, man? I'm
that exponential growth. I tell you, people can't say I'm a overnight sensation. I'm more of a 31 overnights.
But that's the story. That's the story. Does it feel like it was overnight?
It does not.
Okay.
No, it does not feel like it was overnight.
It
a lot of blood,
like
sweat, tears, prayers, sacrifices, and work went into it. It may feel like it is because people seemingly think that I just came from out of nowhere, but it was a lot of years.
Well, you know what, baby? You don't look like where the Lord has brought you from. You look.
That's His grace.
You look 31. If
oh,
that.
Wow.
I'm not kidding.
That's His grace.
I know y'all better drop that in the comments because baby is tea over here. I'm serious. You look fabulous.
Thank you.
And I feel
so
your energy. Thank you so much. Well, if you enjoyed this amazingly informative and insightful episode of Handle Her With Care podcast, please tune in to our YouTube channel, Handle Her With Care podcast. You can also follow us on Instagram at Handle Her With _podcast. You can also email us at withcarepodcast@gmail.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram. Hit that follow button. Hey, at Rockstar ROXSTARR_life. Okay.
Yes.
And so with that being said, you can also reach me on my website, www.aprilmarieholland.com.
Yes.
Okay, so that's like the hub, self-care hub, right? So you could book a hair appointment, but also you can get your hair honey product. You can also grab any goodies that I have, and you can also watch the YouTube channel there too. So God is good. I'm so thankful for you.
Thank you.
Before you go, I have a little something for you.
Oh my God, what?
It's just a little something.
Oh.
It's full of some goodies and
look at you. Oh my God. Oh, see, I don't get gifts.
You don't? Girl, because you are the gift. First of all, I was like scared. I'm like, oh my gosh, she said she can't do smells, but it's not scented really.
Look, body butter.
Body butter.
my fave.
Good.
Thank you, April.
It's natural. I did get it from Trader Joe's, shameless plug, but I'm happy I did because it's not like
See, the Lord
scented.
knew.
He
The
did.
Lord
He
knew. Thank
did.
you so much.
You're
Thank you for all of
welcome.
this. You're so kind.
So I do want to plug too, really quick, Bloom Farms. I did
Okay.
get in there. There's a
Oh, let me get
bath
Bloom
salt
Farms.
soak. Well, I got not that one. That's another one from another black-owned company. But this is from Bloom Farms. It's
Oh,
pretty neutral, right?
it
I was like,
smells
oh,
so
I
good.
was hoping it's
Oh,
natural,
look how
and
beautiful you are plugging Bloom Farms.
I love Bloom Farm. Have you been?
I have not still yet. I have so many people have told me to go.
It's so nice.
I need to make it there.
It makes you feel like the farm to table. I won't
The
buy
whole
my
farm to table
vegetables.
experience.
Yeah, I'm
Really?
now. I mean, I've only been once, and I
Yes.
had a harvest, and I put it all on my Instagram, and I was like, look at the bloom harvest. Like, I bought from heirloom tomatoes. I bought leeks, and I chopped them, and I've been putting them on like my salads. What
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
delicious, like farm to table experience. The peaches, unheard
Wow.
of. I
Wow.
don't even know what the freight. It was like, why does this tomato vine smell like this? It was
Yes.
like, is there
Oh, I
lavender
know,
in
because
the
that's how I
soil?
grew up in the South in Texas. I've
Yes.
had a horrible relationship with fruit in the stores
I know you
since
have.
then
Yeah.
because I can taste the
Problems.
pesticides.
Yeah. We can
I can
taste
just
the,
taste it
yes.
from growing up with all fruit trees.
Yeah.
We grew every fruit tree. So I can't
Wow.
wait to make it out to Bloom.
Girl.
Everyone has been telling me I'm always the last to anything.
Yeah. No. Well, right. When you work a lot, we have a lot of
I would have to get
responsibilities,
out there.
but when you have a moment, you would love it.
Wow.
It's a moment.
I'm going to have to send you a gift package up here.
Oh,
I'm going to send you a gift package. I hope that you love it.
Kendra,
You know.
be no way I wouldn't. And I know I put it in my notes, but I'm not playing. I do want to launch a plushie line for Handle Her with Care.
What?
So we need to collab.
Let's do it.
I'm
I mean,
serious.
yesterday. I have all the branding experts and yesterday. Let's do it.
Oh my God.
See if I can plug it on my show.
This is how we do. This is how we do.
Sisters helping
helping
sisters.
sisters all day. I love it. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you. Thank
I
you.
will have to have you back, first of all,
Oh,
when
anytime.
when you're doing the Hulu show and stuff like
Yes,
that.
I would
during
love to
that
come
time,
back and
we
promote
can
it.
talk and promote it.
Yes.
I'm so excited for you, for
yes,
real.
Thank you so much.
So I'm going to probably shed some tears when this is over because she is gold and I just feel so honored to be in your presence for real.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And for those of you, remember to always handle yourself with care.
Yes.
I love you. Bye.